Call the meeting to order at 6:47. Is it good? All right, so we start with the March minutes, and we just got them, so we'll just check them over quick. You good?
She's got all kinds of pretty colors to write with. I'm so jealous. I'm like,
I got these for Christmas.
They're so
What was
cool.
that?
It's
Just
her
my
water
water
bottle.
bottle,
Yeah.
Okay.
I
I just felt the vibration. All right. The March minutes. Any questions, corrections?
No.
All right. I will move to accept them as submitted.
I will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. March 11th minutes accepted as submitted unanimously. And the April minutes, questions,
Nope.
corrections. And then I will move to accept them as submitted.
I will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All?
Oh,
in
I
favor?
am sorry.
All right.
You wrote them, you should be.
The April minutes are also accepted as submitted unanimously. And we will move on to the director's report.
All right. I'm going to apologize a little bit in advance. It's been a crazy month, so things are a little sparse. I'll try to fill in as much as I can. We got our parking signs. They are as working as much as they can work. It's leaving some
They look
spaces
good.
open. Obviously, some people aren't going to read them, but it's doing a little bit. We were supposed to be having our community conversation, part of the strategic planning process, tomorrow, but Christy Chadwick, who was going to lead it, is leaving MLS to go to New York, so it's not going to work.
So it's just your liaison for all these things.
Yeah. So I'm trying to schedule a date with one of the other consultants, TBD. So hopefully
Hopefully you
within
get
the
a good
next
one.
like 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
They're all great.
Yeah.
It was just Christy was like the central mass or whatever.
Oh, right.
Like they all have their regions.
Sure.
So now it's a little bit
Yep.
discombobulated, but we'll figure it out. I'm still working. Well, I've mostly finished the grant for Museum on Main Street.
Nice.
Due date is tonight at midnight.
Good.
You know, we lost a little bit of support in the town because
Okay.
people wanted it to be at 1870, but it's not fully accessible, so we're
Right.
going with the COA room.
Yeah. Oh, that's
so
not bad, though.
I think we still have good chances.
Yeah, that's
for
a
the
good
grant.
place
I
to
think we still
have
have
it.
a strong proposal. It's
Yeah.
just a little upsetting how it all
Yeah, no, the last
played
time
out.
Yeah.
we did a Smithsonian project with Bob, remember?
Yes.
The reason that they said no was because of the 1870 building.
Is that what it was? Because I
That was
couldn't
one of
remember.
them.
Yeah.
They listed in
Yeah.
the reasons why.
Because I remember we didn't get it.
that,
And yeah. Which makes
So-
sense, because it's not fully accessible, it's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they tried, but it's hard, because it's,
Yeah.
you gotta, yeah.
I
anyway.
mean, it's got an elevator, but that driveway
Right,
is a nightmare.
but you have to
The
get up,
driveway
yeah.
and the stairs, yeah.
Yeah, exactly,
So,
yeah.
we'll see. They're supposed to announce it on July 1st, so.
Oh, so right around the corner.
Yep. Lynette and I met with the juniors in the graphic design program at Assabet to talk about making a logo. I think we should be hearing from them in a week or so
Yeah.
with
Cool.
first versions.
Yeah, with the rough drafts.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we'll
They
see.
were going to be finishing up senior projects and
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sure.
And there was like SATs.
and they're only in there every other week.
Yeah.
So
We'll see.
Yep.
I was.
This week's a mixed up week, too.
Yeah. Yeah. It was-
yeah.
They're like 3 days in shop and 2 days not in shop, it's like, oh.
Yeah. I was a little surprised. I thought we were just gonna like start the conversation and then
Yeah.
they were
They were
like
like
next
next
year,
fall.
but
Yeah.
nope,
But-
they rolled right into it. So
That's
I don't know
awesome.
if it'll be done before the summer or if
Well,
they'll
guess
get
we'll
back
have
to
to
it
see,
after.
right?
I have no idea. Yeah, but
Awesome.
I went over to Northbrook Village too to talk about maybe doing like a library table there once a month. Bring some books and a laptop and a
Nice.
scanner and check out books
Well, that sounds cool.
for the residents.
That's nice, yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
Good
Now that we're a
idea.
little understaffed, but they also have been at the same time talking about doing a book club over there. So
Nice.
I've offered up my services to help them
That's awesome, Victoria.
get
Good
it off
job.
the ground.
Yeah, that's excellent.
I should see. Sarah Foster is resigning. Her
Oh.
last day on May 28th. So we will
That's too
be
bad.
short
Okay.
any youth services department. So we have the job description to review, the updated version to review later. And then we have to go to a personnel committee meeting, have them approve the job description, and then get it posted. And then get all of the applications in, and then the hiring
Go through
process.
the motions.
So, I mean, it'll probably be at least most of the summer without youth services, which is a little
Oh, that's tough.
scary, but we'll do it.
Okay.
Um,
We can get some
figure it
volunteers
out,
or
yeah.
something maybe for now.
Yeah, might be able to. Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
can do the
figure something out.
Lex will
senior
come down.
tax write-off program. And
Mhm.
see if anybody wants to do that.
Lex will come down and read to the kids and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll figure something out.
We'll get it all figured out. But on that note, summer reading is starting soon, June
Oh my
1st.
goodness. Wow.
We have a very full calendar. And lots of good prizes. So we are finishing up like a printout of like a one-sheet calendar. It's got all the events on it, and then a like overview of how the
Mhm.
program will work that we will send to the schools and try to do the
Awesome.
what's it called? Fill the bag, stuff the bag. What do they do it?
Yeah.
BMS. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put them in the kids' backpacks
Yeah.
at BMS to try to send them out there, get the word out. Bolton Library reached out about the Neshoba, I forget what they call it this year, Neshoba Valley Pride Festival.
Oh, okay.
Last year it was just Bolton. This year they've expanded it to all of Neshoba Valley, and we are sort of, kind of, depending on how you define it, part of that.
Yeah.
But Bolton just reached out to a couple of local libraries,
Nice.
neighboring libraries, and asked if we want to do a table. So one library table, like Bolton, Berlin, Boxborough, and Stowe. I think
Nice.
it's just going to end up being there. So Sam and I are going to go to that. And it should be fun.
Nice.
Just do some little crafts and things.
Hmm.
We went to the MLA conference on May 6th and 7th. it was
How was
very
that? How
good.
was that? Good?
Yes.
That's always
I-
a fun one.
Yeah, it was really good. Sam and Karen and myself passed along their gratitude for you guys allowing us to shut down for 2 days and go to that.
Right.
It's really important to get that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Karen
Inspiration.
specifically,
Yeah.
she hasn't really, she said she hadn't done it, I think, at all since she worked
Wow.
here.
Oh my
And,
gosh, yeah.
So she was happy to get out and talk to some people and
Yay.
get
Oh,
out of
that's
her
so
tiny
nice,
little
yeah.
office for a while.
Excellent.
Yeah, and they both have lots of ideas now for things we can do.
How exciting.
So we'll see what we can make happen
That's
here.
excellent. Good.
Now at the conference, MBLC was there with some consultants and reps. So I talked to them, and they are very tentatively right now, trying to open the next grant round for construction projects in 2027 and or 2028, which is a lot sooner than I thought it was going to be. The time between the last two was like 7 years,
Oh, wow.
and this is 4. So
Do we fit in that category?
meaning like
Well,
any library can
criteria.
apply.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just the issue of if we do an elevator project, they're definitely not going to approve that.
Right.
But if we do a new construction project, we would have better chances. I think especially after the facility study,
Okay.
all of the issues that
Yes.
were found. So
Okay.
it won't make the process any easier in town to
Right.
convince people, but
Mm-hmm.
I think it does open up the possibility of a new construction project.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas before, if we were going to wait 10 years, that wasn't,
Too much.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
All right.
And as you can see, we've pretty much finished moving all of our furniture around.
Yes.
Um,
Looks good in
So
here.
there's some new shelves upstairs. Move some books around up there. We have a table in here now that we can meet in. Obviously, we still have some little things to move around and clear out, but even if we don't officially use this room for anything, at least people have a more open space that they can go sit in
Mm-hmm.
without us hovering over them.
Cool. And this is open to like, public traffic then.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
That would be nice.
Um,
Kind of have a
that-
quiet area.
That really increases the space. It's accessible by a whole lot.
Well,
Not accessible, but like usable.
yeah, not ADA
Yeah, yeah,
accessible, but
usable,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And we can do little things in here. We have craft activities, things like that.
Mhm.
And then our circ stats are pretty much a little bit down from last month, but
Put up from
that's
last year.
Yeah, but up from last year, so yeah.
Nothing crazy
Mhm.
drop wise. And that is my report.
Anybody have
Good job.
questions?
Nope. No, I'm all set.
Bluetooth speaker?
I'm all set.
It was, I guess, donated a couple of years ago for a summer
nice.
reading program, and they never got used. So it's in the prize
Cool.
bucket now.
Prizes.
Excellent. All right. If there's no other questions or comments, I will move to accept the director's report as submitted.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Director's report accepted as submitted unanimously. We'll move to financials.
Things are on track. Nothing out of the ordinary this month. You'll just see that we got in the Lake Meg account down towards the bottom under additional income. We got the second half of our state aid award, which was a little over
Because it's divided
4,000.
up.
Yeah, you get it into one in the fall, one in the spring. So I think in total we got about 7,000, a little over 7,000. And we had expended 3,000 of it earlier in the year, so that's why. Does that make sense? You
So what
don't
is
you don't
a
see that we
minus?
totally, yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's minus because this is showing expenses, so the minus is showing that we added it.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
Because if I just put 4,000, it would take 4,000 away from the balance.
Oh, I see what
So
you
you can
mean.
see,
Yeah,
like,
because this is
our
like set
starting
up
balance.
to subtract.
Yeah, our starting balance was 10,000, and now our ending balance is 14,000 and
Got it.
change.
Got it.
Yeah. A little,
And what's
a little
that called
confusing. That's our state aid award.
State aid award.
Yeah. The
So
account.
the
is
second
called-
half of the state aid
Yeah.
came in.
Yeah.
I love it when it's all printed like this
I know, it's
on
so
one
nice.
page.
So nice.
It makes it so much easier than
It is.
trying to line up
Yes.
Right?
3 pages. Oh.
Very
All right.
nice.
Any other questions or concerns?
How's the new,
With this?
separate question? No.
No? I knew it. I knew it.
Not scripts.
Back on track, Beth.
Do you want to finish this? And then we'll go.
Table it, Beth. All right. Any questions,
No.
comments, concerns about the financial report?
No.
I will move to accept it as submitted.
I will second.
All in favor?
I.
Okay, financial report accepted as submitted unanimously. Before we move on to old business, Beth, what do you got?
I just was wondering how the new website was working out.
Well, that's actually technically old business, I guess. We don't have any old business on the agenda, so.
It's good. I mean, there's been some growing pains and a learning curve for a lot of patrons. But as long as they come in and talk to us, we can get it figured out. I think maybe some of them are, they just kind of looked at it
Change
at
is
home and were
hard.
like,
Change is hard.
no.
Have you been getting
Yeah,
phone
yes.
calls or?
Yeah, we've had a couple people come in and ask and say, like, I don't know how to search for books anymore. And we figured it out.
Got them on
That's
the right,
good.
got 'em on the
That's
right
nice.
track.
Yeah.
Good.
We've kind of gotten in the flow of updating things and getting it laid out the way we want.
Good.
At least Libby functions the same way.
Yes, Libby hasn't
That has
changed.
been great.
If Libby changes, we're doomed. I don't know what we'll do. We'll have to have a 5-week class on how to use the new Libby.
Alright, let's move on then to, I don't know why I put it in the agenda as new business, but we're gonna review the, library assistant to / youth service librarian job
That's new
description.
Okay.
And just update it to fit the more current needs of our library. Somewhere in here, I'm sure you've read it many times. Can you tell me if anywhere in here it's stated our requirement as a town for when you give notice? I know the general rule is 2 weeks, but where we have to have it approved by personnel and have the job posted for X amount of days, like Bob gave us way more notice. And I don't know if that's
Like
typical
3
of
months or
town
something.
position or if 2 weeks is
I
just
think it's
like
2
mandated,
weeks.
we don't have a choice.
I don't think there's really technically any mandate.
There's no
for how-
contract.
Yeah.
Like, can we put it in the description that,
I don't know if we can. I can talk to Kristen.
We have to
but
ask
I,
Kristen.
I think it's a.
I wouldn't put it there. It's going to be like a sort of HR docs policy
Yeah.
thing that
right?
any HR policy that changes.
Well,
you're
I
gonna
mean,
have to-
like, we could ask the town, like, if she knows, like, because you're a town employee, you're not necessarily an employee of here, like, there's
It's a question
such a
for legal.
huge protocol we have to follow to
Yeah.
get a new employee. Like she said, we're gonna have
Mm-hmm.
nobody now
Right.
for summer reading,
Right.
which is
Yeah.
such a disservice to the kids.
No, I think
Um.
I think it is 2 weeks in the town
So
HR manual.
I hate that we have to wait for a personnel committee meeting, because do they happen weekly or are they monthly?
I think
like
they convene whenever needed. So when I
Okay.
talked to Kristen, it sounded like if I send this to her tomorrow, or
That would
send
be
this to
great.
personnel committee tomorrow, then next Wednesday we can try to get a meeting.
Oh, so that'd be good.
that would be really
So-
great.
That'd be
us,
super
which is
fast,
after
yeah.
her last day, though.
Yeah, but
So it's
I mean,
hard.
there's
It is
not
what
much
it
we
is,
can
though.
do about
That's-
that.
That's
I
how it
mean,
goes.
yeah, there's not much we
Alright.
can do about that.
But at least if we get this updated and ready, then
We'll be on the right track and
Yeah.
getting going.
Okay.
So is there, I mean, is this 3 parts or am I,
So the stapled one is
Yeah.
the current
okay,
one that Sarah was hired under.
okay,
That was
It's-
2018?
Yeah, 2018.
okay.
So obviously, 6 years
Mhm.
needs to be updated. Things
Yeah.
have changed from COVID. I think we've learned new things that we need.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of found new duties that we want the youth services position to do that weren't necessarily in here,
Mm-hmm.
which isn't fair to anybody. So
It's always good to learn new stuff.
yeah,
Can you give a brief, just a couple sentences about, right now, about what the biggest things that are updated from here to here? Because we can go
Yeah.
look through it in
What,
detail,
what
but
is this one? Is
Yeah,
this-
is this like the
I've
newer?
read both of them.
this is
but-
this is my draft.
Okay,
Okay, so this is what
Okay.
you.
Yeah, this is what we'll be
okay.
Okay.
discussing.
And, yeah, so what's the,
Yeah, I wish it could be 1-to-1,
Mhm.
but I formatted this based on what the latest page position was
Okay.
formatted as, because I assume that's what the personnel committee is.
looking for?
Look-
Oh, for
Yeah, I
Okay,
assume that's like the
okay.
format that they're
Okay.
using.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
And also this was a PDF, so I couldn't edit it,
Right.
so I
Okay.
just kind of
Okay.
had to make do. But I did it a couple days ago, or yeah, a week ago. So let me.
I mean, is it a lot of it pretty much the same, you think?
It's just
Well,
kind
she
of-
added like
Yeah.
creating social media content.
yeah, edit
Yeah.
the
'Cause
social
that
media.
wasn't a big thing then.
Mm-hmm.
I'm noticing
Trends and
children and teen collection development, which is key because before it was just like
Yeah.
essentially managing
Yeah.
the children's books, and this is more of a big.
Yeah,
theoretical
yeah.
big
So in the
picture.
old one, it said make recommendations for new young adult. I assume somewhere it said children's books as well.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah, it kind of
managed children's collection, but yeah, this is
split the young adult and the children's in the old one. I just kind of like grouped them together.
It's this in there somewhere to avoid
With other
confusion.
Yeah, I said in
Okay.
the essential functions, I said collaborate with other staff members to plan and execute events, programs, etc. I think I changed job environment. Let's see, where was that? Oh,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so the job environment before said work is performed primarily in but not limited to the children's room. Workload is subject to seasonal fluctuations. Work is also performed at other venues outside of the library and outside of regular library hours. So I kind of changed that. So work may be performed at venues separate from the library and or after hours for special programs.
I like that. Yeah.
And I think I took out the seasonal fluctuation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
because
makes sense. I mean, it
It's
gets
not-
busier in the summer,
yeah,
but
it's not really going to be.
it wouldn't change
Yeah.
their job. It would just be like
Yeah,
teen
their hours.
volunteers.
Their
and
hours
stuff
will be the
helping.
same, and it just might be the summers will be more programs, and then the fall
Mhm.
and winter would be more grant application and
Yeah. it should
researching
have-
new books and
Yeah.
all that.
Mm-hmm.
Is grant application listed in like skills or abilities?
Did I leave that out? I should put that.
Knowledge, software.
I'll add that to
I love
Skills.
content
Grant writing.
creation tools. That's great. In addition to the social media.
I didn't hear you.
I was just saying, I love that for knowledgeability and skill, the new one, mentioning content creation as well as social media platforms. That's really great. And it
Yes.
keeps it broad so that you don't have to update it every couple of years when the new technology comes in.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're
I
adding
like the
in
state current.
We're gonna get on
writing.
TikTok. No,
Let's know TikTok.
Yeah, I'll add grant writing skills to the skill.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yes.
Heck
Oh yeah,
yeah.
ability also says work
Great.
independently with a team.
Okay.
And the biggest change for qualifications is from the old one, which was high school diploma,
Yes.
to well now it says
Bachelor's degree in library science, right?
Yep.
Is there a I don't think there's a bachelor.
There used to be, so somebody could have one. I think
Can we say
one
something
of
like
our staff might have
coursework?
one.
Or because like
Well, library science education or related fields.
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't
Okay.
know that you can get just a bachelor's now.
I feel like every time I see that,
'Cause-
what it says to me is like, ooh, this library doesn't necessarily know what the current state of the field
Look at
is.
what other
Yeah.
what other ones do.
Yeah.
because I know when I
I think this
was
was.
looking at schooling, it was a master's and that was it.
Yeah,
I think I copied that from.
Because this was my.
it's a really common phrase, but it always
I might have copied that
shows.
from my job description.
Yeah, it always shows to me that someone is in
I feel like
a
we
town
had this
is writing
conversation
it.
with Bob too.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Because I know when I was looking to go back to school, you couldn't get a bachelor's in library science.
But I do
Yeah,
like that it's
yeah.
is master's preferred, but isn't required because
right.
it's an assistant 2 position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was
So-
required, it would be like
My thought in the long run, obviously, there's not time to change our staffing now, and we need a youth services person. I would like to bump this up next fiscal year to maybe like a 25-hour
Nice.
benefited and more often, and then make another library assistant 3, which is Sam's
Yeah.
position for downstairs specifically. So it's kind of why I
Karen,
think
Karen's
Staying.
Karen is library assistant 1.
she's one. Okay.
We have 3 different. They're all library assistants.
Yeah.
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 It's kind of crazy.
Karen
I
should
mean,
be
when you look at
much higher.
most local libraries, there's a children's librarian and a YA librarian.
Right.
So
For like bigger places, yeah.
yeah, well, no, even some of the smaller ones. Like
Yeah.
I'm talking right near us. You know, Northborough's not that big. Bolton's not that big. The library's
yeah,
bigger than
yeah.
our library, but
Yeah.
Because they're different skill sets, yeah.
yeah, and so creating that second position makes
Yeah.
sense and
I think so.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want to hire somebody to be the youth services librarian and be like, we're going to make a position above you. And I mean, we can. People do that, but it just seems
yeah,
Right.
icky.
yeah.
Um,
No, I agree.
Especially if they're coming in and not taking over, but being the only youth services librarian, they should be the one above, you know. Anyways, that's my plan for the long run.
Okay.
So the
Which is why,
assistant-
yeah.
So you
that's
think
why
you ultimately
if
live
somebody has a master's degree, it's a little bit
Okay.
better 'cause then they
That'll help
know.
out.
Or like
They
it's
know
a-
the current trends and they know child development stages. And
Right.
do you say in the description the hours estimated?
That would go in the job posting.
Okay.
Okay. But you're
I don't
thinking
think-
like 25 or something?
Or so
No.
this will just be 18.
18.
Right
okay,
now, it's
so
gonna stay the
18.
same. We can't
Yeah.
change it till the
In
next
our
budget.
next budget.
Because that's a
Okay.
budget
Yeah.
thing. Okay, so the old one was 18-ish, depending
Yeah,
on...
it's 18. It's 18.
Okay.
Unbenefited 18.
Unbenefited 18 in this
We
For
would like
now.
to see
This
it
for-
25 benefited and
Right,
then have
okay.
another
Yep.
like 10 or 15 unbenefited.
Okay.
Yep.
Good.
And probably taking out some of the space for pages because
Yes. Yeah.
We don't-
I'm not doing anything with the pages we have right now. They
Yeah.
should be here.
Yep.
2 of them will be leaving at the end of the summer for college, and then the other 2 are finishing their
time-
sophomore year now. So we'll have them for their junior year and their senior year, hopefully, unless they leave us. But once they graduate out, I don't think we need. I think we're better off spending money on wages for desk staff and having desk staff do those things so that we can always have somebody at the desk.
Right.
yeah.
And we don't need the pages.
Yeah.
I like being able to offer high schoolers, a nice starting position,
Or maybe
especially
just
for
like
the ones
one.
that don't want to work
Yeah,
food
at
service or
I
retail.
think we
yeah.
should keep like at least one.
Yeah, maybe
page.
just one or like,
Because
yeah,
that's
smaller number of
good.
hours for...
Could
Yeah.
could you have like a
One
page, or
page.
2 as a intern, and not necessarily maybe like a unpaid internship?
I think
or
you should pay
something,
them.
or-
Well, that's
Well-
the other thing is the school is doing
Tohoto.
Tohoto.
Yeah.
Is-
Tohoto is trying to set up like a junior and senior,
I think
or just
this year I
seniors?
know it's seniors. I think next year they might want. They're doing it, limiting it to seniors because
Seniors
they can
leave.
drive. They
Yeah.
can leave.
Oh,
They're
right.
setting up
So-
like a job shadow and internship
They're
program
so
for seniors.
during
Tohoto.
the
They're going to
school
make
day.
that an option as like an elective,
Um,
but they'll get
not
school
necessarily
credit.
during the school day,
But it's
but when
connected.
It can be
when they have an academic block where they don't have a class and that
seminar or
block falls
something.
at the end of the day, they can leave early and go.
Yeah,
Nice.
But it's not like they'll be leaving school
but they'll
in the middle
still
of the
get.
day. but-
It will still count as accredited
As long as
course
it's
at the
class, yeah.
school.
yeah.
So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
And they can basically work anywhere.
Nice.
They can,
That's cool.
Yeah, that's good.
and like, for instance, my daughter assistant teaches at the dance studio she works at.
Oh, that's
that she
great
goes, that
experience,
she
yeah.
attends
Yeah.
already. So that's something that she already does. So next year, that's just going to count as one
Right.
of her classes.
Nice.
And if it happens to be in the middle of the day and it's at a time where she can't leave and obviously get to the studio and back in time, she can have an independent study at school and
Cool.
still like, be working on her schoolwork, but she still get credit for what she does afterwards.
Nice. Good.
Yeah, Tohonto's getting,
They're getting a little bit better.
yeah, they're adding
guess.
some cool stuff.
Good.
So,
Is there anything to do
and
with?
there's a lot of volunteer stuff kids want to do, like community
Yeah.
service.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
for
and then,
their-
are there
Right.
community service requirements for graduation at Tohonto?
I don't think
Uh,
so
there
anymore.
were,
I think last I
but-
heard there's not.
yeah, they used to be, when my niece was there, but I don't know if they
I'm
are
not
this
sure.
year. I don't have a senior this
I
year.
don't have any kids there, so.
Oh.
Well, I have one that's,
I'll let you know next year.
yeah, I have an 8th
You find
grader
out.
that's almost done, so.
Well, you could ask Ellie. She's a senior.
Yeah. That's-
Ask her if there were. But even if it's not a requirement at Tohonto, it's always good
It's
on a
good,
college
yeah.
application.
Absolutely.
So, and when
That's
they
what I
have
was
the
thinking, maybe we
community
could-
outreach
right.
days at Tohonto, we can go
Mhm.
and say, hey, if you're looking for community service
Right.
hours.
Right, that's what I was thinking of,
Yeah.
something like that, and that way you can still have a little bit, just a little bit of help here and there as needed, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
have to worry about the cost of it, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
'Cause sometimes
so-
when you're growing, those growing pains can,
Yeah. So I think
Yeah.
keep one and maybe drop it back down to 2 hours a week. They're all working 4 hours a week right now, and I think we just have one.
I
one
think
day.
2 hours is yeah.
Yeah.
That can be
Yeah.
enough to give you the right
Yeah.
amount of experience without, it gets repetitive.
Or 3 hours. Like,
Yeah, so
okay.
yeah,
Because
wiggle
I
room.
think, like most part-time jobs, when you're in school with the work permit, I think
Yeah.
you're
Limited
3
to-
hours. Yeah, they're limited.
But I know with my experience supervising student workers at the college I work at the library there, they having like a bunch of student workers with fewer hours each tends to work really great because they get bored with it and they all get experience. They can all put it on their resume. So if I can help,
Yeah.
And when one of them needs a week off or whatever, then you're not.
yeah, it's a lot
You
of
haven't lost
coverage
your
possible.
entire
right,
workforce.
Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
And then people know that it's a pretty small job. They're not relying on it for like
Yeah.
just the money. So it's
yeah.
mix and match.
All right. Do we have any other?
Are you gonna keep facsimile machine in there?
I know. It was in the page description, I think. So I just kept it. Yeah.
Calculator,
I
copier, facsimile machine, and
That's clearly.
I mean, you might want to
sold
just
and
say
never-
like operates computer and
I'll
like
just change it to
Technology?
scanner.
scanner.
Operates all technology.
Yeah,
Yeah,
printer
that sounds
scanner,
good.
whatever.
Do people
yeah,
still
it's-
send fax?
At the library, they
fax.
do.
Yeah.
It's not in a
So-
fax machine. It's scanned and then over.
It's like
it's
a-
a fax.
Voice over.
It makes
Oh,
it
yeah.
fax
Yeah.
happen.
Okay.
Goes to a computer.
Yeah, it's still secure for anybody watching. It's
Yeah,
not.
it is, yeah, they do.
We're not just emailing
Encrypted
documents to
or
police.
whatever,
Yeah,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
Is there anything in how you worded anything else that you want to discuss about
Going through it again.
Was there anything key?
Or,
that
like-
we-
big ideas you wanted to convey with
So I forget. Did the other one say? Oh, this one. Yeah, the other one didn't say like knowledge of children and teens literature, which was a little shocking.
Yeah.
Well, it said recommendation for purchase, but it didn't say like
Yeah.
with experience as to why.
Yeah, I don't know what the intention was with this position description, if it was to be. I don't know. I don't know if originally the director was making all choices about
I think that these
purchasing,
days,
like collection
Right.
development, and I mean, I do. Sarah puts them in a list, and I go through the list and I pick out ones, but
I like
I
how it's
don't-
baked in here, like diverse,
Yeah.
current, and relevant to the needs and interests of the community.
Yeah.
So it shows that collection development is like a responsive process, and
Yeah.
which implies
Yeah.
that de-accessioning is also a responsive
I
process.
think
So.
definitely looking for somebody who knows the trends.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
I know
more
them a little bit, but
professional.
I'm not a.
Well,
I'm not a children's
You're
librarian.
not a
I don't-
children's
yeah,
librarian,
yeah.
right?
So like they're a subject expert, and that's great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that.
It's not guys, I mean, I know that we're gonna put the hours, but, what about like when those hours are performed, that's not gonna be,
That will be,
It's like an influx anyway.
yeah, it will be up to her to
Yeah.
do the
Oh,
scheduling.
yeah.
It won't be, that's not something
Yeah.
we would put in this is the description that
Yeah.
will go with the job posting. The job posting will say how many hours and it will say what level,
Okay.
step and grade they
Is that
are,
what- that's why they'll
and
change.
Okay.
what there'll be a pay scale. We
Yeah.
won't say you're getting X.
Right.
It'll be a
Between
scale
this and
because
that.
if it's someone that's
Right.
never been a children's librarian, then they're coming in at the bottom, like grade 1, step 1, or whatever.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
So they'll be on the lower end.
not grade 1, but
Whatever. You
Yeah.
know what I mean.
grade 1, step 1 is the pages.
Okay.
But
Well,
no, I know what you mean. Step 1.
step 1. So yeah,
Okay.
that's not something that doesn't go
So
in
that's-
this.
okay.
That's a job posting thing,
I just wasn't sure if that would be like in the posting.
and that has to
so.
get approved by
No,
personnel
You know,
too.
like after school hours
Yeah,
or summer
I don't-
hours or.
No, it will be up to
Oh.
her to schedule them. It's like any other
Yeah.
job you go to. That wouldn't be in this.
Okay.
yeah, I might say like scheduled to be determined upon hiring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With evening
Yeah.
hours.
I think if there's a,
You have to be able to work evening hours.
Sure,
yeah.
But also the schedule's flexible if we have special programs
Yeah,
going on.
mhm.
So
Yeah.
I don't think I'll post a set schedule.
yeah.
Mhm.
Because I mean we don't have.
Right.
I don't want to have a schedule to base it off of.
Right. Exactly. Right.
Unfortunately, right now.
And you want this
so-
to grow and change.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
So it'll be based on kind of.
I guess that's what I was kind of wondering was how
Yeah.
you know you were going to go about that, but that's fine. I mean, you're going to
Yeah.
figure that one out as you
As
go,
long as we can have,
so that's fine.
18 in-person hours.
Mm-hmm. That sounds good.
I also like that you stated that you highlighted professional development opportunities. So that was like an expectation to do that, but also I think that signals to applicants that this is a library that's interested in cultivating talent and retaining talent,
Mm-hmm.
rather than just you sit in the children's room. Because the old description is very much you sit in the children's room.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you watch the kids.
And that might not have been how the job was actually structured, but like in terms of how it was
probably.
imagined.
Yeah.
Like 8 years ago is probably how
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah, and I'm sure that they took this. This is the 8 years version, but that was probably like from something from way before that too.
Yeah.
'Cause it's just,
Yeah, so Karen had told me that there did used to be a full-time youth services librarian. I don't know if it was before you were
Oh.
here, and then
Even when I had kids, it wasn't someone that was
I
here.
want to look up that the history of that.
Yeah,
and then
when,
to give it a
uh,
little
one
more
of
my oldest went to kindergarten because I remember I came here to get the book for, you know, for kindergarten or first grade or whatever. They had to do reading, and so I'm like, well, I don't even know where to get these kid books. So we came here and we got the books. So somebody helped us.
yeah, no,
You
Karen
know.
was saying there used to be a full, maybe not full-time, I don't remember if
Yeah.
it was 25 or 30 or whatever
Mhm.
hours per week, and then another 10-hour position to cover when they had programs to do, and then
Mhm.
there was a previous director that just kind of let that position go,
Oh,
So it just they just didn't retain it,
and now we're here.
yep. I know we're here,
losing
So we're gonna
ground.
try to go back.
but we're gonna pick it up and
Yeah.
dust it off and
Yep, yep.
get it working
Well, it's the
again.
most. I mean, according to the user surveys, all of that great feedback.
Yeah.
Like this
Yes.
is what people really want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that survey did a lot of good feedback.
Yeah.
Online engagement,
Adding those
crafts.
positions will be about 15,000 or so.
What?
So adding those positions will be about 15,000 or so.
Yeah, even the director, like your job ad was bachelor.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's so common to have.
It is.
My job is bachelor.
So I think
even
there's
though you
some
need a
people
bachelor's to
that
have them.
still have a bachelor's.
Well, it just says
library
bachelor's
science, but
degree.
it's
It
not-
doesn't say library science.
Oh, so I could just take that out.
Oh no, this now down here it does. The first one I read that came from like the one that Bob gave me from another library that was hiring. What was this? Haston Free Library, North Brookfield. It just says bachelor's degree. Doesn't say in what. Minimum
yeah.
of 2 years professional experience. One should be in
Yeah.
supervisory capacity,
I think it's
preferably in a library environment.
It's definitely useful to state like the bachelor's with coursework in blank. And I don't think people's major is as important as that coursework experience because people have all
Yeah,
kinds of.
well, like where
Right,
she says,
So we can just say bachelor's.
you know, in a related field or children, teens, like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I just don't want to say just bachelor's degree because I do want it to be a bachelor's degree.
with master's preferred.
No, but I want it to I want it to be a bachelor's degree in
I think saying
something
related
applicable.
Field, related field is acceptable. I think that's usual. It's pretty standard language.
Field.
Yeah, I think related field is good. I mean, it's a youth
Relevant
services
fields.
library, so
Relevant field. Yeah.
yeah.
Bachelor's degree in relevant field. Yeah.
Previous experience with kids, teens. Right.
Simmons University in Boston offers a bachelor's degree in library science.
No, they don't.
No, we don't.
I went to Simmons
So
for
As of May 9th, 2024.
Well, that's new then, because I went there for my undergrad degree and graduate.
Yeah.
It's available only in your senior year.
Yeah, you can do.
And then
it's
then-
a 3+1 program, so you do 3 years, and I think it's.
They
I think it's just for like archives. You do
Yeah.
3 years of undergrad history, and
Everything else says it's a master's in
archives.
library
I
science.
wanted to do that, and they were like, "We're not doing that," and now they're doing it again. So
You can get a certificate, a library science
Yeah, that's
certificate,
what it
or
is
a
now.
master's degree.
Wow, what a difference.
there's a lot of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just crazy though. Like it's,
Yeah, I
don't
think it's
know.
just such a
certificate
specialized
or-
field, and
yeah.
eventually the
Yeah,
bachelor's.
A lot of the certificates are
And
for
a lot of it's
after.
online now too.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
what I thought when I was trying to go back for
a lot of
a
stuff
library
is
science
online.
degree.
Yeah.
A lot of it's online.
But I think you're saying relevant field or relevant studies like
Yeah.
that kind of shows that it's going to be kind of holistically evaluating somebody's resume. So
I mean,
Yeah.
obviously we'll look at them when they apply.
yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Okay. Any other questions about this?
No.
Alright.
send
it's a
it
good
to Kristen and
So,
personnel
yeah,
tomorrow and see if we can. I think I would have to go to the personnel committee meeting. I don't know if you would have to, but you can if you want to. But
yeah, I don't know. I did for you, but I think that's because we hire you.
Yeah. We'll see what they say.
Yeah.
But-
If they need me there, I'm there.
Thanks for writing this up so quickly.
Yes.
Sorry you had to do that, but thank you.
Right, but thank you. Good job.
Thank you.
So, do we need to move to accept it with corrections discussed?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
That sounds good.
And
Second,
approve the
final.
her sending it to personnel for approval.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
I think like I'll move to accept it. Whatever I think whatever you're doing to it, based on this discussion, is great. No, I think you're on the right
Yes.
track. So if
Yes.
you need to make other like slight corrections,
Yeah,
too,
yeah, yeah.
please. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah, I think we're good.
We're in very capable hands.
Yes.
All right. Are there any trustee concerns? None. All right. Our next meeting then would be June 11th, and we're moving meetings to 6:30.
Do we have to vote that on that one?
What?
The accept? No, we don't have to.
No, I think we're just
Yeah.
discussing the fact that we are okay with her making the changes.
Cool.
We approved the changes. We can approve the changes from the old job description to the new one. You want to do that?
Sure.
I move to accept the changes to library assistant to youth service librarian. Changes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Alright. Yay. So we're moving to 6:30 because the table's downstairs now, so there's no one upstairs. So if we were to be here while the library's still open, there'd be nobody upstairs, so that's why we moved it downstairs. Is
I have no
6:30
problem with
okay?
6:30.
I love 6:30. It's much easier for me to get here.
It's
Perfect.
easier for me too. So
6:30, June 11th works?
I'm fine with
Wait,
that.
no, that's a Tuesday. Is
Yeah, that
everybody
is a
still
Tuesday.
cleaning on Tuesdays?
Oh, you know
Yes.
Our typical
So let's
way.
go to the 10th.
what? That week I can't do.
Let me look at mine too.
June 10th is my husband's birthday. June 12th is my niece's birthday, and the 14th is my son's birthday.
And the last day of
Jesus.
school.
Oh,
And the last day of school.
It's
So
my
that's-
daughter's birthday too, the 14th.
Yep, that's right. That's right. So that's kind of a busy
Alright,
week
so you
for
want to
me.
do the 17th? No.
No, I'm just gonna.
Or you wanna go ahead?
We can do the 17th.
We could move it to-
That might be the next special town meeting.
Oh, we can't.
okay.
Yeah.
They haven't scheduled it
What
yet.
about the 3rd?
But
No, I'll be in Myrtle Beach.
Nice.
Can I get in your suitcase?
Yeah, I'm going to my goddaughter's graduation.
Oh, nice.
May
Um,
27th?
I mean, does it have to be on a Monday?
That's just next week. We're not gonna meet.
Oh, sorry. I meant in May. I meant June 24th. Sorry. I'm still going back. No, I don't.
Oh, that's good too, because that gives you a few weeks to get summer reading kicked off, so we get a summer reading
Yeah.
update.
Yeah. So what are we doing the 24th?
June 24th at 6:30.
Okay, at 6:30. That's good.
6:30.
Okay. 6:30, not 6 p.m.
yes,
Yeah, please.
Not a.m.
whoever scheduled AM meeting, I'll quit.
Right?
Joking. It's a joke.
No, I'm a night owl.
If that
I know,
has
me
to
too.
happen, there's other problems.
There's some serious concerns. Yeah, so June 24th.
Perfect.
6:30
At 6:30
p.m.
p.m.
Will we be pausing July and August?
We usually only pause August.
August. Okay. I was just trying to plan when I would do.
It would definitely be useful to me in July to
warrants to
see
be
how
signed.
we're doing with the volunteer
Yeah.
and or library stuff.
Yeah, right?
Summer reading.
Yeah, there's usually no meeting.
If there's anything we
Yeah,
can do to
this
get
is
the
over.
word out about events for helping this go smoother, just let us
I
know.
think
And
it'll be
it-
fine.
Things are like totally ramped up in July, and we need an August meeting. It doesn't mean we can't have one.
Yeah,
It's
I was just I
somebody
just,
somewhere
I wanted
decided
to plan
they
ahead
wanted
so I
to
have enough
August
warrants pre-signed.
Yeah.
And I have to call you all in.
I move to adjourn the meeting.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Right, meeting adjourned at 7:34 p.m.
Perfect.